Let's make lemonade. Okay. Let's go to work.
That's the signal! Go, 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 go! Six! It's beautiful! Mother Nature just pissed her pants, dude!
Wake up and hit the ground running. It's The Rush, presented by Willis Auto, with Travis Justice and Ross Peterson bringing you raw, unfiltered, and unapologetic talk about sports, life, and everything else that matters. No filtered, no fluff, just The Rush.
Welcome to The Rush. Welcome to our Thursday morning get-together. Glad to have you along. If you are in the mood for something extraordinary, well, it's me and Justin Miller today. But if you're ready to drive something extraordinary at Willis Automotive in Des Moines, they treat you like family with guest-level service, flexible financing, and the perfect ride waiting for you. Come to 2121 Northwest 100th Street. Check out their new and pre-owned lineup and experience the Willis difference today. There is my buddy Justin Miller. What is up, Justin Miller? How are you today, man?
Doing great.
Yeah.
It's always nice to be able to kind of like do this again. Like I get to host my show, but it's kind of just, it's pre-recorded. It's just me in a room, like with the computer. So it's nice to have a little bit of those butterflies with like knowing that you're live, even though you can cuss and say like whatever the hell you want on this show.
Well, yeah, right. And it's not like we don't make mistakes and
but you still have a little bit.
You just have to say, "Oh wait, I fucked up." It's just different. It's just a little bit different now.
You still have a little bit of that though, the butterflies, where you're like, "Oh, we're going live." Like if I mess up, like the comment section will let me know about it.
Here's what's nice about today. Not nice because I do like following the comment section because I've got so much other stuff happening with running the call screener, and trying to do the show the right way and not screw up everything, because Travis is just a ball buster, dude. I'm going to get a list of things I screwed up. So anyway, I'm trying to keep all that. So you're going to have to tell me if anything pops up in the comment section that we need to know about or that people want to talk about. And of course, the phone line's always open. It's there on the bottom of the screen, 515-517-2303, especially on days like today. We don't have any guests lined up today. Normally on Thursday, or I shouldn't say that. We have Bruno coming up at 7:30. So, yeah, we do have a guest. But normally we'd have Coach Todd Stepsis with us today. So we really do kind of have, I mean, I've got lots of stuff for us to talk about, but we can kind of do an open line Thursday today.
That'd be fun.
You know what I mean? We could let people weigh in on anything they want. I know that we have a lot of listeners. We'll probably talk a lot of college basketball today. Iowa State with just an unbelievable trouncing last. That was a wild game. Iowa State
arcade type game.
They shot 73% from 3-point range. They went 22 of 30 from 3-point range and destroy Alcorn State 132-68. Bloodbath.
And they broke a lot, like not just Iowa State records, just legitimate Division I basketball records. Did you see that?
No, I didn't.
Okay, so I'm pulling up the stats here. So Iowa State became the first team in Division I history to score 130-plus points, to make 20-plus threes, to shoot 70% from the field, and to shoot 70% from three, all in one game.
Justin, I don't have the box score up in front of me. Did they shoot better from... Here, I can get to it right now. I felt like I saw that they shot better from 3-point range than the free throw line. Almost.
That'd be crazy.
Almost. They were 18 of 24 from the charity stripe, 75% from the free throw line, 73% from three-point range, where they actually did shoot 6 more threes than they did free throws last night.
I mean, I would have believed it if you would have said they shot better from 3 than the free throw line. One, because it kind of feels like that's just basketball now. Like everybody's excited about the 45-foot jumper instead of a free throw. But just with how Iowa State played last night, I mean, no one could miss. No one could miss. I mean, there were people coming off the bench that usually when they come in, you know, the crowd gets excited because they've been so loyal. They've been hard workers. But it's kind of like, oh, I hope they get 1 bucket. They were making like 10 points last night.
6 different Cyclones ended in double figures. 3 Cyclones had more than I wrote down 4, but it was 3 Cyclones had over 20 points. Yeah, 3 over 20, 3 over 10. Got to play the entire bench, obviously. Get 11 guys out there onto the court at one point. That was a fun one. Fun for Iowa State. And this isn't where I thought we'd start the show, honestly, because I thought we'd keep this till like 7 o'clock. But what a contrast from the previous night, watching Iowa really struggle with the Michigan State team. They didn't look like they were in the same class as a Michigan State team that really showed themselves to be one of those elite, dynamic, really good basketball teams. Iowa wasn't in the same league. And then you turn on that last night. Now, obviously, we're talking about Alcorn State. And this is not Purdue, who Iowa State, by the way, has coming up on Saturday.
That's what we're going to learn. Yeah.
We're going to learn a lot about Iowa State on Saturday. Iowa has Maryland on Saturday.
Who's been tough to start.
Yeah.
Like they're
again,
what,
both of those
5-4?
will be good games. Man, what a weird night last night. Did you see Indiana got beat by Minnesota?
Yeah.
Minnesota lost 3 in a row to like crap teams. That was the box score I actually had up in front of me as we were as we went to talk there about Iowa State. I had that Minnesota IU game up in front of that box score. So just a weird night, and we'll get to Indiana because a couple of your Drake Bulldog guys on that team.
Yep.
Connor
It was
Enright.
a good night for former Bulldogs last night.
Well, good night for Coach
some.
Medved.
Coach Medved, Kevin Overton for Auburn had a career-high 29 points in their win against NC State, which was really close up until the final 4 minutes. It was crazy. Like, I was watching that game. It's back and forth, and then all of a sudden, you blink, and in the final 4 minutes, Auburn goes up like 15. You're like, oh, well, that was fun for 26 minutes.
Did you watch the Minnesota-Indiana game at all?
Just a little bit, but then I got distracted by the Auburn game because it was so close.
Yeah. The Iowa State game, early on when that game kind of got out of hand, I started doing some stuff around the house and laundry and things and took my eye off the game. That was one where
so you shut the Iowa State game basically off at tip? Like they tipped it and you're like,
but not long after. A couple minutes in was when I started. And then I looked back and it was 90-40 or something like that. I'm like, whoa. I think what happened actually, Justin, my phone started blowing up with the text thread. And my buddies were like, what is happening here? This is insane. This is a lot of fun to watch. Even though it's Alcorn State, this is crazy how hot these guys are. And that was what kind of turned me back onto it to go, holy cow, this is really something to watch.
That's what I wanted to add with the Iowa State game. Like, I saw a few comments where they're like, what's the point? This is an exhibition game. Yeah, it's just Iowa State trying to pile up wins, just like any team would. But while you can't look at that game and really break down any sort of X's and O's because it's Alcorn State, that is a game where, as an Iowa State fan, you can be like, we went in, did our job, and a lot more. Like, we over-executed that night.
I say it all the time in this non-con thing with basketball, like, you just have to beat the bad teams. You have to go out there and show that you are a far superior team when you're playing an inferior opponent. And Iowa's had a couple of those this year where you've got to go out like it feels really weird to say, how do you feel about this game? Well, if they don't win by 30, I'm going to be a little bit nervous about this. If it's not a 20-point game with us walking away and playing guys off the bench I'm going to be nervous about this. Iowa State fans had to feel that way going into that game last night. Like, this better be a cakewalk. We better play 11 guys. We better have 5 guys or 6 guys in double figures. But then you get to 130. You shoot 75% from three-point range, and that's when it gets guys starting to text on the thread going, holy shit, this is fun.
It just gets
This is
Iowa State
wild.
fans excited of, like, not only what this team can be, if everything goes right, this is how Iowa State can look. But also, I mean, you didn't have Taman Lipsey, so this is also kind of showing you your depth.
That's a good point.
This is showing you your future. And if you put up 134 points or 32 points, you're sitting there going, oh, okay. And even though it is Alcorn State, like, again, it's just more of it was them doing their job and much more. And so if as an Iowa State fan, yes, be excited about Alcorn State when you put up numbers like that.
Those helmets behind you look fake.
Did you see how I fixed them, though? Well, Megan helped me fix them. Because they were, the last time I was on, the bottom one, the retro helmet, was crooked. Because the frames had broke. They were just these cheap, like, Amazon plastic frames. And the Ohio State one and the Seahawk one broke. And so
What's
I was like,
the
I need
top
to.
one?
That's the new Seahawks logo. That's the new Seahawks helmet.
Okay.
And then,
They're all
so they break. And,
I like the Drake helmet. The Drake helmet's the nicest one on that list.
and I got a story on that one too.
Okay.
So I'll make this quick because I'm sure
You're
people
fine, buddy.
didn't
Hey, we
tune in.
got time. We got nothing but time. It is 4 degrees below zero, 6 degrees below zero outside. Nobody's racing to get, so slow down. It's all right. It's going to be
I know people are wondering about, Kevin Overton's box score and not Justin's dumb little helmets.
yeah.
But
You're going to have to
they,
remind people who Kevin Overton is.
They broke, and so I run to Lowe's and I get a drill and I get these metal frames and I fix the 2, and Megan's like, might as well fix them all. Like, they're going to break at some point. And I go, no, it'll be fine. We literally go lay down in bed to fall asleep, and we hear out in the living room, crack, crack. And I'm like, I'm over it. I'm going to take these helmets down. This is dumb. And with the Drake story, we made that. So that's not a legit Drake helmet.
What do you mean you made it?
It was for $80. We found a plain white helmet with a blue face mask. And I was like, I think we could, Megan's like cricket maker, we could put a Drake logo on this. And we could make this look good. And so Megan did it. And so it was all her. And she made it look awesome.
For
So there we go.
$80. For $80, Coach Woodley would have given you a helmet.
I've
They'd have found an old one. They'd have found an old one laying around, I bet.
I need to talk to Brian Harden because I miss when Drake, every 5 years, they would do that garage sale. Do you remember that?
Yeah, absolutely.
And they don't do it anymore, and I miss it because that's where I'd be able to get all my Drake jerseys, old memorabilia.
At the next
stuff.
one, you can sit there and watch ESPN and just buy stuff from the guys you watch on ESPN. You get Overton,
Honestly.
you get Enright, you get DeVries. You probably get a Coach DeVries thing on there.
Honestly. But
All right, so
yeah, Megan's been awesome about letting me take over the living room because I
you
even
got a
have
good
like
one, dude.
the Cubs Jim Beam plaque, whatever you want to call it, and some helmets.
But that's like a barrel thing. It's like a barrel topper thing,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
I have one of those from Templeton Rye. My buddy Frank gave me a Templeton Rye one. I had it hanging up for a long time, but then we did the deal with Knob Creek, and I was like, well, I can't. Shouldn't have
Yeah,
the
you
Templeton
can't.
Rye thing up if we're doing Knob Creek, which, by the way, is amazing. And I think we're doing one we got a Maker's Mark that's coming out. We got to talk to the guys at Central City, by the way, about they wanted to do a bourbon trail tour. You much of a bourbon guy yet, Justin?
No, I'm still very much so. I like a sweet alcohol drink. I don't mind getting, sorority girl drunk.
I like port wine. Have you ever had a port wine? It's
No,
really
what's that?
sweet wine.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll have to give you some of that. It's really high alcohol. So most people that don't like bourbon, the port wine, they can't pick up they just taste the turpentine rubbing alcohol thing.
I haven't found a wine I like. Like I have found some where I'm like, yeah, I can drink this, but Megan loves wine. If we're going out to drink, she always gets a wine. And I've still yet to find a wine that I really enjoy. I found a few whiskeys I like. I've had bourbons that I enjoy, but it's not the first thing I go to. I will be going though to Central City soon because Christmas coming up. Yeah. And my brother, remember how a few years ago you took me to Central City and we got my brother that whiskey? He's out of it now, so I gotta get him a new one.
Do you remember what we got him?
No, I just remember walking in and being like, my brother likes campfire in his mouth, which sucks. Give me that. And so they found it, and he loved it.
That's what that is the trick right there with Central City. It's the trick at L Bait Shop. It's when you are walking into some place where the experts, they spend their entire life doing that thing. Don't go in and pretend. Like the male ego, we were talking about ego before we came on here. The male ego, it's so hard. Maybe the human ego. It's so hard to walk in and go, okay, I don't know what I'm doing here. I need to ask for help. Because you want to walk in and go, okay, this is whiskey. I'm a man. I can figure this out. And you walk into Central City, and you're one of the people I think about. I remember taking Williams there for the first time. I remember taking you there for the first time. You walk in with people and just watch their face go, holy cow.
I didn't know where to start. Like, if I didn't walk up to the counter and ask for help, I would be lost. I'd be like, Cameron, I grabbed this one because it had a fire on the logo.
Yeah. The labeling matters when you don't, again, if you don't know. So you go to Todd, you go to any of the workers there and you say, hey, here's the deal. I'd like to spend about this much money and I'd like to get them something unique, or they really are a big fan of blank. Can you help me out with that?
Yeah.
It's the way to go. Way to go.
No,
Have you already started your Christmas shopping?
Yeah, Megan gets on it, man. She's like, all right. She has like a page on her notes app of all the family members, and she's going through like, all right, what do we get? What are we getting for Cam?
That level of organization disgusts me.
It's all Megan. I sit there watching basketball while she's like, all right, what are we getting Cameron? And I'm like, I don't know, whiskey. She's like, okay, putting it down. What are we getting your dad? I was like, probably something he doesn't like. And she's like, all right,
I'm the worst gift giver, dude. I'm the worst gift giver.
I'm not the best. Megan's really good.
Women really have that skill, dude. Women are much better at kind of like caring. I think is the way to put it. I don't know, it's not that I don't care. I want to get my kids the stuff that they want. I want to get my friends things that they'll look at and go, oh yeah, Ross got that for me. I just am like, my brain shuts off. That's, again, I'm not just a plug for Central City, but that's why I go to those guys and go, hey, I'm too stupid to know what I should and shouldn't do.
Is Eli, though, to the age where Christmas is really easy? Because as a parent, you can just give them $50, $100 and be like,
this year,
Merry Christmas.
You know, Justin, you're onto something there, man. This year's going to be a little bit easier for me because first of all, he's going to Fiji in a couple of months. He's going to go with his marine biology class.
I didn't know he's in marine biology.
Yeah, he's doing, and he gets to spend 8 days in Fiji. He's kicking butt in it, dude. He's been like, oh, you got a cat. He's
pop up in the background. He's a big boy.
Of the 40 plus kids that are going to Fiji, and he's only a sophomore, which is first of all kind of a neat thing because it's he's like they have this whole class rank. They have this app that they compete on, where they turn in assignments and they turn in stuff, and then the teacher gives them points, and then it ranks the students 1 through 44 on this app based on how well they're doing in the class. And Eli right now is number 2 in the class. So I'm very proud of him. Very, very proud of him.
That's really cool.
It's a neat thing. The trip is expensive.
Yeah.
And so for the most part,
their water's the most expensive thing at a Casey store too.
Right. They got to ship all that water here from the island. Of course it's going to be expensive. So for the most part, his Christmas gift this year is me paying for that. And I've kind of set that standard for him. Like, hey man, here's the deal. Christmas Day, your sister's probably going to have a lot of presents. You're not going to have a lot of presents. You're going to have a couple, and I'm going to have things for you to open. But you're going to have a lot of fun in March and April. Last night we had a meeting where they talked about like all the things to pack. And, they said last year every kid got seasick the first day. He's like, first day, everybody gets sick. By the second day, everybody's fine. Have you ever been seasick?
No, I've been on boats. I swam with stingrays when I was like 8 years old in the Grand Cayman Islands, and it didn't bother me. None of it bothered me.
I didn't know you'd had experiences like that. That's pretty cool.
It was one of the coolest trips ever. My mom was able to get it because it was part of like her work gave her the trip for being at the job for as long as she had. And one of the things we did as a family was we got on this boat, and in the middle of the ocean, there's this like huge sandbar where you just stand out there. The water's like up to your waist, and wild stingrays come out, and you just hang out. You can feed them. You can take photos with them.
Wild stingrays as opposed to the farm-raised ones.
Yes. Yep.
Yeah, free range. These are free range stingrays.
You can pet at Walmart. But it was awesome. It was one of the coolest things. Although, so the water's usually at your waist. There had been a hurricane like a week prior. So the water for like 8-year-old Justin was like at my chin. And so I'm just like trying to stay alive.
Wait a minute, you were in the ocean?
It's in the middle of the ocean. There's just
then
this
why don't
random
you just
part.
walk back towards shore and the water line goes down the closer you go to shore?
It's in the middle of the ocean.
Oh, it's the sandbar. That's what you were saying.
Yeah.
Okay. That's okay. All right. That's what I'm misunderstanding. I'm like, Justin, that's not the way a beach works.
And I'm like, it is. But that's really cool your son's doing marine biology, because I think every boy has a moment from watching, like I was a big Shark Week guy, still am, where like as a 7-8-year-old, I'm sitting there being like, I want to do that. And then you get to the point where you're like, I suck at math and science, and you kind of need those two things. So you kind of give up on it. And that's what I did. And that's really cool that he's doing.
He's on fire for it. Like anybody that he talks to right now, if I walk away from a conversation and come back, somebody in the room goes, man, your kid's on fire for marine biology, isn't he? Hey, look at this. We thought maybe we'd get a chance to team up with him a little bit today. There he is, out and about in Florence, I believe. God, look at the smile on his face. Look how happy he looks, Justin.
Dude, I literally just landed. I can barely hear a thing because I'm so stuffed up. And you know when you land and you can't hear anything, man. But I feel great because I got the whole family. I come out of the doors and Abigail was already there, so the baby was waiting for us when we got out there. So now we're just waiting for Mary now.
You got a couple of hours to wait for Mary, though, right? Or is it?
No, Mary will be here in a half hour. So
Awesome.
We cut it close, man. There was snow in Denver last night, so we were an hour late getting out of Denver. We got to the gate in Munich to board our plane to Florence with 1 minute to spare because we had to go through passport. I was nervous because the next flight coming through was not till like 3:30 this afternoon. So I was like, man, I don't want to wait till 3:30 because I'm, you're dead tired. But all of a sudden they were like, oh, you're the last one. We're closing the gate. So that was awesome.
That's nice that they were. You look good, dude. You look happy. Even did you get a good sleep on the? Oh, look at the coat.
The coat.
That's a fancy coat.
Didn't he say though it was going to help him look Italian?
Shut up, Justin.
Glad I'm not the only one that feels that way, Travis. Thank you. Because a lot of times I just feel like, shut up, Justin.
Yeah, shut up, Justin. Yeah, geez. I didn't sleep very much. I watched 3 movies. Have you guys seen the movie Americana with Sydney Sweeney in it?
No, I want to though.
It's pretty good. It's kind of done in a Quentin Tarantino style chapter type thing. It was actually a pretty good movie. I liked it. So I highly recommend Americana. There you go.
The other 2.
I watched Bourne Identity again because I'm the sucker for all the Bourne movies.
I like them too.
It's one of those things where I like the Bourne movies. And there was one other one I watched and I don't even remember it. How bad is that? I don't remember what I watched.
Travis, the number of times I've been on flights like that and you're like, what'd you do on the flight? I watched 3 movies. Which ones? I don't know.
Yes.
I can't remember. I remember, and I liked all three of them. Ironically, I liked every movie I watched. I just don't remember them at all.
Yeah, we were on the runway because we had to get de-iced in Denver. I watched half of Americana. That was about an hour and 10 minutes before we even took off. I mean, I had that thing all. It is. It was. I was getting nervous. Then we hit some bad turbulence over the Atlantic Ocean. It was some of the worst turbulence I've been through in a long time. And I was like, well, if this is the way to go. Though, dude, what is it about, when you go on international flights, there's always something, right? And two things, but one guy had a tick, and I thought some lady was breastfeeding her baby the whole time, but it was a guy right behind me who had a nervous tick for 9 straight hours.
Oh, dude!
And I'm like,
hear it? You don't have?
Oh
headphones?
yeah, because I'm looking around and I had headphones on, but when you take it off to eat, all you hear is a sucking sound. I'm like,
oh my God!
Yeah, boob.
And so I thought I was dreaming something. And then Greta, we get up the plane. She goes, "Did you guys hear that guy's nervous tick? He was sitting right by me. I looked over. He's got like Tourette's. That's what he was doing."
Awful.
And then what is it with people with carry-on luggage?
Wait, hold on. Stop. Didn't you take on carry-on luggage?
Let me finish my thought.
Okay.
Let him.
To me, carry-on luggage is about efficiency. As soon as you land, you open the door, you get your thing out, and you're ready to go.
Yes.
I've never seen so many people wait in their seat until their time comes, get up, open their thing, and just delay the whole thing. I'm like, the reason you carry this on is because you can get the hell off as fast as you can, right? I mean, that's what I do. I like my bag in my hand so I can just go. I don't delay anybody. Oh, I hip checked somebody too getting off in Munich because everybody else was late. And you know how everybody comes from behind because they're running behind. Oh, I hip checked somebody. It was awesome. And then we're going through passport control. And somebody goes underneath the passport line. And I go, and Owen got mad at me because I was like, "What the fuck are you doing?" And, well, I'm with a group. I said, "I'm with a group." I said, "Get in the back of the line." I go, "We're all trying to get through passport control. I don't feel sorry for you. I want to go. I want to be there just as fast as you are." So I hip checked somebody on the plane, and then I yelled at somebody in the passport line.
You're off and running, buddy. Family
I'm off and
vacation
running.
is off and running.
That's right. We're off to a good start, man.
The hip check is why it's not the family.
check.
It's not seeing Sutton. I got to hip check some stranger today. It was awesome.
Yeah. What'd you say, Justin? What about the family?
No, we were saying that's why you're smiling so much because you got to hip check someone. It's not seeing the family.
Yeah. Well, no. I told Anjanette, I said, "This is the happiest I've been. That I'm going to have everybody here." I go, this is pretty unique. You don't get to do this all the time. I go, adult children are cool. I was a bad father when they were young. I feel like I'm a good dad now. And so I just go, I like adult children better than little babies. You were a good mom with little babies. I think I'm a good dad with adult children because I could just buy them alcohol all the time.
So you just wanted friends. Is what
I just wanted
kids. You wanted friends.
I wouldn't say they're my friends, but they we have more in common now. How's that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
That's a good way to look at it. Hey, Kirk Ferentz is staying another year, I see.
Oh, I think we lost Ross. Trav, what
Do we
am I
lose?
supposed to do if I lose Ross? Because
Did Ross freeze? I better stick around for a little bit, huh? Ross froze. Yeah, I told him to reset his internet like every day because there he is. He disappeared.
Oh boy.
Yeah, so he's resetting now. He'll be on shortly, Justin. Don't panic. You don't have to do 2 hours by yourself. No, I think you could do it.
Yeah,
We're throwing you in the fire.
Yeah, I like it. I think honestly, I like this setup where here I can bring up topics to you. We can talk about Indiana losing or Kirk Ferentz if you want. While you just walk through Italy.
Did Indiana get beat by Minnesota?
Yeah.
Really?
And it like lost by like 9. Tucker DeVries didn't hit double digits, which
wow,
it was just a tough night. Which I'm not panicked if I'm Indiana. Like, yeah, does
Well,
it suck?
let's not forget, Drake fans should remember this. Nico Medved's one hell of a coach, right? I mean, Nico's going to do just fine at Minnesota. I mean, just think about the last 4 coaches now that Drake has had. It's actually impressive with Nico, Darren, and Ben, all at Big Ten institutions. That says a lot. Says a lot. So
yeah, I remember when they were announcing, or Harden had that press conference in March, late March, after Ben left for Iowa, just to the media about, the kind of the situation at Drake. And he was like, yeah, it does suck having to replace a coach year after year. He's like, but I'd rather do it because we're winning and because they're successful and because other teams want them instead of the other way around, which is definitely the good mindset to have.
Wow. They got beat by 9. Hey, well, Tucker's going to go through some things. I know he did. Well, we didn't get enough out of the Big 12 last year because he got injured so early, right? We don't really know how Tucker can do in a premier conference. And he's done well so far, but Indiana hadn't played anybody really until last night. So it'll be interesting to see what Tucker can do in the Big Ten. Just like Bennett Sturts. Bennett Sturts got a nice wake-up call when he got to Michigan State. He'll be fine. But it'll be interesting to see how Tucker does in the Big Ten. I think Bennett Sturts is a better player than Tucker DeVries.
Yeah, Bennett's more balanced. He has more in his bag than I think Tucker does. Tucker's the better offensive weapon. Like he can really do anything he wants offensively, but Bennett's really good offensively and is tremendous as a defender, really strong point guard, has great vision. So he just has more balance in his game.
Did you notice Tucker's built like his uncle, Jared, now? I mean, he looks like he could play defensive end in the National Football League. He's a big boy.
So, like, with Drake, his first 2 years, he was he had that freshman, he looked young, and then now he's definitely put on some weight. He looks big.
Hey, Roscoe.
Oh.
Does Ross hear us?
I don't think he can hear us.
He's got we hear you, or we see you, Ross, so I know his waves goodbye again. I'm going to do a whole 2 hours with you standing outside the airport in Florence.
I mean, I still think you and Ross's interview with Stepsis when he was out on the field walking around was one of the coolest interviews. So maybe this can just be a walking around interview part 2.
Sure.
Plus, I've never been to Italy, so I can experience it.
Well, it's not like I'm in the really cool part. I'm in kind of an industrial part where the airport is, so it's not like it's not like I'm in the historic city center. Tomorrow, if I hop on, I'll be in my Airbnb, which is in the historic city center, so that'd be nice. But what have you guys been talking about this morning? Just basketball?
Well, we started off talking about Iowa State. Did you see that score by chance?
Let me guess, they blew somebody out?
But like blew them out and some more. 132-68.
Jeez.
Oh, he's back.
We hear you. Hey, we hear you now.
Hey, but everything is messed up now, Trav. Now I need your help because my internet shut down. So the button, the voice meter both shut down. So now I'm hearing people that say that the app is playing a different thing now.
Yeah, because once it goes down, it goes back to what's in the playlist. So you want me to get Owen for you?
We might need him. I'm not sure what I need to do here, but I apologize. My internet, this fucking laptop.
You might want to get a new one.
Yeah.
But I tell you what.
Apparently you get 10 months out of these things.
All right. Take a break, and I'll have Owen tell you.
All right, we're gonna do that. We'll be back in a few moments when we get back. Maybe we'll have Travis live from Italy. Maybe we'll have Owen live from Italy. Maybe we'll both be live. Maybe we won't even have me. You never know. It's a grab bag. It's an absolute shit show, is what I think the technical term is for this. We'll be back in a moment here on The Rush on TheRushRadio.com.
The Rush Radio is now on the free TuneIn app, allowing you to enjoy the show on Apple products and Android Auto. Download the free TuneIn app and search The Rush Radio to take Travis and Ross wherever you go.
'Tis the season to share great taste. Grab a refreshing Coca-Cola and make every moment a celebration. Locally made, nationally loved, Coca-Cola is the real deal when it comes to holiday cheer. Whether you're kicking back after the game or hosting the crew, nothing hits like that crisp, fizzy taste. Make this season yours. Grab an ice-cold Coca-Cola today.
With over 260 beers on tap, El Bait Shop isn't just another craft beer bar. It's the best. Beer lovers know. El Bait Shop, 200 Southwest 2nd, Des Moines.
There's a new spin on casual dining near Drake University. Lucky Horse Beer and Burgers. Craveable faves, flatbreads, delicious burgers, frozen cocktails, and a crazy cool vibe. Get to Lucky Horse Beer and Burgers today.
Get ready, Des Moines. College basketball is heating up at Casey Center. On December 20th, the Iowa Hawkeyes take on the Bucknell Bison in a non-conference showdown you won't want to miss. Presented by Casey's. Feel the action. Hear the roar. Be there as the new-look Hawkeyes bring the intensity to the capital city. Tickets are going fast. Grab yours now at HighBTix.com and be part of the excitement on December 20th. Iowa versus Bucknell, presented by Casey's. December 20th, only at Casey Center. Be there.
My name's Gary Presnell, and I'm a residential home mortgage banker for Northwest Bank in Des Moines Metro Market. I've been financing people's homes for over 25 years, and I'm an expert in financing VA loans, FHA loans, IFA loans, and new construction homes. This is my cat Norm. Norm knows football, but he doesn't know mortgage, and that's where I come in. There are a lot of Tom, Dick, and Norms out there doing loans. So don't just trust anyone with your home loan. I'm your local, trusted, experienced expert.
Loans. Call Gary at 515-975-6767 or find his profile at nw.bank. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
November's here, and that means Thanksgiving's right around the corner. And here at Willis, we are thankful for you, our guests, for entrusting us with your vehicle and service needs. The holiday season means travel, and that means extra miles on your car that can cause wear and tear. Save that for your pants after all that turkey. And while we can't fix your slacks, we can make sure your car's in tip-top shape. So come on down to Willis for 10% off an oil change. Give us a call or schedule online at LandRoverDesMoines.com.
Hey, it's Noel from Fiscus Jewelers. This holiday season, give the gift of sparkle that lasts a lifetime. From our latest designs to timeless favorites, there's something for everyone on your list. Already have a Fiscus diamond? Bring it in and trade up with our 100% trade up program. It's the perfect way to shine a little brighter this year. And if you're dreaming up something custom, get your design started by December 1st for Christmas delivery. Let's make this season magical together. Fiscus Jewelers, your jeweler for life.
Looking for the perfect golf escape? Experience links-style golf right here in Ames at Coldwater Golf Links. With rolling fairways, large greens, and unique routing, it's golf the way it's meant to be played. Whether you're a seasoned pro or just starting out, you'll love our course's welcoming atmosphere and friendly staff. Grab your clubs, book a tee time, and make every round unforgettable. Coldwater Golf Links, where great golf leads to great memories. Visit coldwatergolf.com to book your round today.
Bad gift giving. It happens to the best of us.
Thanks, I think.
But what if I told you there's a better way? Toss the silly socks and ditch the mediocre mugs, because the Iowa Lottery's gift that keeps on winning is here to save the holidays. Give your loved ones holiday scratch tickets with a chance to win instantly or unwrap your share of $1 million. Say no, no, no to boring presents with the Iowa Lottery this holiday season. Woohoo! Enter and see rules at ialottery.com/VIP.
Back to the rush. Strong opinions, weak filters, and just enough sense to stay on the air. It's the Rush Radio Show, powered by Willis Automotive.
I think we're back. This holiday, give a sparkle that lasts a lifetime. Latest designs, timeless favorites, and something for everybody at Fiscus Diamond. If you've already got a Fiscus Diamond, they have a 100% trade-up program. Trade up and shine a little brighter this year. Custom dream pieces. You can stop by starting anytime in December and still maybe expect even a Christmas delivery. So let's make this season magical together, all up at Fiscus Jewelers, your jeweler for life. One of the many locally owned and operated groups that we've got as proud sponsors here on The Rush, and very happy to have Fiscus back on board with us. Noel and the team do an awesome job. One of those things, we were talking about Christmas gift giving earlier, and Justin, right as I lost my internet, we had a caller. So one of the listeners called in and was like, hey, I want to talk Christmas gift giving with you guys. Well,
and you said psych.
Psych. So 515-517-2303 if you'd like to hop back in. Owen did call just to verify that indeed I suck and I got things. I think things are back up and running. I haven't been able to follow on the comments, Justin. Are people still telling us that there's a screw up somewhere down the line?
No.
right.
Actually, they're saying this is all because you didn't return your iHeart laptop.
The one that was never issued to me.
Yeah, which I never got an iHeart laptop either.
Did
And
you get those incessant emails from them after they fired us? Did you get months of emails saying, bring back our equipment?
And I'm like, I don't have any
I don't have any of your equipment. I don't have any. There's nothing I can do. There's nothing I can do. So anyway, if you're interested, 515-517-2303. If you'd like to participate in the shit show that has become, then I don't know what to do. I guess tomorrow morning I will shut down everything before we fire it up. This has been like a daily occurrence for like 3 minutes. My internet, this computer just decides doesn't like anything. It's hardwired in. I've got fiber. I know the internet's so good because my phone's still working and my MacBook fires right up for me. Just like all of a sudden StreamYard says, you're out. And now with me running everything, it really, once it disconnected, it disconnects it all. So,
But Owen helped you out. And now
ass.
if it happens again, like now we know what to do and we'll be fine. We got
ideally
this,
it doesn't
Ross.
happen until 7:30 and it's just you and Bruno. And then you and Bruno can just stare blankly into each other's eyes for a while.
I haven't done that in so long.
Have you and Megan done any of the Christmas explosion things that are happening around? Like, I know Exile was kind of one of the first to the game. You know what I mean? They do like this, and I know that Hessen House is doing it. Do you know what I'm talking about?
No, Christmas explosion.
Oh, dude, so Hessen House has done one this year. Try to think if there's a place in Altoona that you might be more familiar with. Where basically, dude, it looks like the North Pole exploded inside of a place. They decorate every square inch of the property with Christmas stuff. You're not aware of what I'm talking about here?
No, but it sounds like something Megan would 1,000% be game for. She loves Christmas.
Every woman is I shouldn't say everyone, but most women are like, yeah, this is really, and it is. Even Ryan said it's cool as shit. It really is. It's a neat thing to go. Some people call it a Christmas pop-up. Captain Kirk says it's called a snow globe.
Oh, someone's saying Lua has one, and that's one of my favorites. Like, that's a fun place
Lua
to
Brewing
go.
is a great spot, dude.
Yep.
Good spot for lunch.
So,
they have really good beer. Yeah, you should look into that. That's something that Megan would enjoy. I did get to hear you and Trav talking a little bit while you couldn't hear me. I could hear you, and I did hear you guys talking a little bit about the Indiana Minnesota thing.
Yeah,
you know, Travis is going to have a lot more compassion in his heart for the DeVries than somebody like me. I barely knew them. I certainly take no joy in seeing them lose or seeing Tucker struggle at all. But Travis is going to have a little bit more compassion for that than most people in our listening audience.
So then what's your gut reaction? What do you look at that and you go, oh, Indiana isn't the team we thought they were? Or what is your gut reaction?
So we'll set the personal stuff aside for a second because I want to get to that as well, because it's not, again, nothing personal at all. I just don't have any connection to them. So there's almost kind of a Harrison Barnes type effect to it of like, oh, it's happening in the world. I don't look at it as Waukee's own Tucker DeVries struggles against Minnesota. What I mean from a 10,000 foot view, I look at it and go, wow, boy, Indiana with all that NIL and all of that commotion over the offseason, they were supposed to be a really good basketball team. I mean, Tucker's got 1 year left. Darren's going to need to make some noise here in this first year. There's a lot of pressure. And Minnesota's not good. Minnesota had lost to some bad teams here over the last couple of weeks. They'd lost 3 in a row. And let me go there real quick because I know I saw this morning. Minnesota is 5-4 on the season, and their 4 losses are at Missouri. Their 3 straight losses they just came off of were to San Francisco, Stanford, and Santa Clara.
I'm guessing those aren't some top of the list Ken Palm ranking teams.
That's right. And so when you are going against an Indiana team that was ranked in the top 25, it was a home game for Minnesota. So, I mean, it's a Big Ten. Winning on the road in conference is always difficult, right? But when you are a ranked team going against a team that's lost 3 in a row in the non-con, and you've got some expectations for this season like Indiana does, I think it's an eye-opening loss when you lose to Minnesota. Congratulations to Coach Medved, and maybe it means he's got a better team than we feared. But my gut reaction is, damn, Indiana was supposed to be better than that.
See, I don't have that reaction of like, oh man, if I'm an Indiana fan, I'm starting to panic a little or sweat even. I don't even get nervous. It's a long season. It was the first true road game in the Big Ten for Darren DeVries. I think he's a good coach. And I was surprised with this stat because last night I see the box score. I'm like, whoa, Tucker with only 9 points. When was the last time he was held to under 10 points? He was held under 10 points a couple of times in only the 12 games he played with West Virginia and at Drake a couple of times too in his few years. So, like, it's not a rare occurrence, which is actually more surprising. But I still have confidence in his game. I think Indiana is just going to be a team where if they can't hit the 3, it's going to be a tough night. Like, they are so offensive minded and they have so many X factors on that side of the ball where if they have an off night, where if Tucker is down for one game where he's not putting up 10 plus, then it's going to be really difficult for them. It reminds me of the Fred Hoiberg Cyclone teams, like when they were going on the run.
That's a long pull for you.
Well, just like those George Niang, Melvin Edgem, DeAndre Kane type teams where, man, when their offense is rolling, they're a really good team. But they just have a slightly off night where they can't hit the 3, where they're turning over the ball. It's going to be really, really difficult. And that's how it kind of reminds me. And again, I don't get nervous about it because 2 out of, I can't remember how many new coaches there are in the Big Ten this year, but 2 of them in back-to-back days just lost their first true road Big Ten opener. So, and Ben McCollum and Darren DeVries. So I think it's just tough in that conference. That's a really good conference this year. I'm not worried. I'm not worried about it.
Tucker was 3 of 13 from the field last night. In 37 minutes, he had 9 points, 3 rebounds, didn't turn the ball over, had 1 steal and 1 block. Connor Enright played 35 minutes, had 3 points, made his only field goal attempt, had 3 rebounds, had a free throw, 7 assists and 2 turnovers for that former Bulldog. But dude, I'll tell you, even it feels weird wearing the Bulldog sweater today because, in a weird way, Nico Medved and Darren DeVries are in the same boat in my head.
Oh, that's almost that makes my gut turn as a Bulldog fan.
Really,
hearing that,
really,
it does.
Yeah,
and
I mean, dude,
Nico
there is
was
an.
great.
Yeah, I liked Nico. I did, and I mean, the outside of the departure and sending all of us the same copy and paste text. Once again, he had to reach out to 1,000 people. Don't blame him. But that was I liked Nico. I liked getting to know Coach Medved. I liked getting to know Coach DeVries. You know, there was always kind of something. I think that Travis's pre-existing relationship with Darren kind of impacted my view of Darren DeVries a little bit. I like the guy. I'm rooting for him. But I liked Nico as well. And I kind of personally, I had just as much of a connection with each one of them on an individual level. If I saw them out and about, it would have been about the same thing as seeing the other one. And so with them being gone now, it's kind of like Nico Medved when being at Minnesota or being at Colorado State. I'm watching, but I'm not rooting. I'm curious, but I have no care. Does that make sense? Like
it makes sense.
I'm certainly not rooting against Tucker DeVries, and I'm not rooting against Darren DeVries, but I'm also not rooting for Indiana or Minnesota just because the guy that coaches there now used to coach in my hometown. You might be a little bit different because you actually got to know Coach DeVries a little better.
Yeah. So those guys, that's another thing too. As a Bulldog fan, like Nico was really good for that year. The way he departed, as a Bulldog fan, I sit there and I kind of, I don't agree with it, even though like I get it, more money, better opportunity, sure. But with DeVries, he stayed longer, got Drake their first Arch Madness tournament title since I was 8 years old. So like hearing them in the same category, I'm like, no,
he had sustained success. He stuck around. I get what you're saying. As a Drake fan, and I bet Brian Harden feels the same way. Like they are not in the same boat. They are absolutely not on the same boat. Maybe McCollum is in the same boat as Nico 5 years from now.
But even McCollum gave Drake their first NCAA tournament victory since 1971. So like that one, even you're like, well, he was only here for a year. But
do you look at it, Justin, as are those guys in any way? I don't want to say standing on the shoulders of it. Is Nico in any way, does he get any credit for the success that DeVries and McCollum had?
Nico, so when DeVries came in, DeVries did have a really good starter coming back that Nico had, and that was in Nick McGlynn. So that was huge. But everyone else, like DeVries brought in. He brought in the Murphy twins. Okay. He brought in Nick Norton, who's now an assistant coach for Indiana. And then he also had that amazing class of Roman Penn, DJ Wilkins, and Garrett Sturtz coming in as well. So I think, like Ben definitely isn't standing on the shoulders of DeVries because those were all his guys. I kind of feel like DeVries isn't standing on the shoulders of Nico. Okay. Nico helped the program just kind of get back on the winning side of things.
That's maybe what I'm looking at is was there enough of a bounce off the bottom and turn around that DeVries was able to come in and get it?
That would be a really interesting question for I don't know, like if DeVries would ever answer it 100% truthfully, just because we know coaches are guarded, but it would be interesting to be like, did that help your recruiting of like Drake finally being a little more successful under Nico, that you could go and talk to DJ Wilkins and be like, hey, I'm going to keep Drake at this level.
We can do this thing out. That's kind of what I'm envisioning, or maybe even the fact that Nico had some success. I'm sure, again, it's not like that put Drake on the map for DeVries. He knew about Drake University long before Nico Medved. And John, by the way, wanted to know if Nico was the guy who promised to take me out on his boat. Yeah, he was.
Oh, that makes everything so much clearer now. If DeVries would have just bribed you.
He's not a fisherman. DeVries isn't an outdoors guy.
Oh, you know what's funny? I didn't even picture like a fishing boat. I was picturing like
a boat,
fancy like yacht.
No, it was a fishing boat. Nico had a pretty sweet bass boat. He always going to take me out on. I never got to go. Couldn't seal the deal. Story of my life, Justin. Couldn't seal the deal.
I was thinking more, now you're in the same line as Brian Harden, where you're like, that son of a he left me before right. And then DeVries showed up and I was like, hey, do you got a boat? He's like, a boat? No,
I'm a basketball coach. Yeah, right. I'm a basketball coach. What are you talking about, a boat?
And that's why you have disdain for DeVries. Okay.
Most coaches that I've met are that way. Most coaches that I met are like, think about Coach Woodley. Mm-hmm. Great family guy, great, but like when I say, "Oh man, I'm going fishing," Andy, Joe, they're both like, "What the fuck is wrong with you?" I mean, you're going to go stand out there by the water. Like, you guys didn't. And they're like, my dad was a coach too. We didn't have time to go fishing. We're trying to beat Oklahoma. Like, what are you talking about fishing? And that is DeVries to me. When I've talked, when I've met him personally, and I'm like, oh yeah, I love fishing. You an outdoorsman at all? He looks at you like, I'm an athlete. I don't have time to play hunting. I got to win games. What are you talking?
I wonder if for a coach like DeVries, like Woodley, if fishing wouldn't be relaxing because you'd feel like you're still thinking about the same things of like, man, how did we lose X game, or how do we beat this team? But you're not in your office or in a place where you can like start to work on what you're thinking about. You're sitting there with a fishing pole, losing at this game too, while you're trying to figure out why you lost X game.
Dude, wow. Yeah, I think you're right. How does Nico do it? How's he find time to suck at fishing as well? No, I'm kidding. This is now. Listen, Travis would have said this without me having to hear it from Irish Hawk. The turning point for Drake wasn't Nico; it was Sandy Hatfield Club, and I think that there's some truth there. That Brian Harden deserves a lot of the credit for. I mean, like, instead of saying, "Boy, Nico won a couple of games," then all of a sudden they were able to get better coaches. They could have hired bad coaches all along. Brian Harden deserves the credit for that. Thank you, Irish Hawk. That's and
perfect. Because
Brian even wrote in, boom, boom. That's it. That's the answer right there. It wasn't the coach. It was the athletic director.
That is 1,000% true. Because look at every sport. Women's soccer's kicking ass. Men's soccer is winning titles. Football hasn't missed a beat. I mean, he is making great hire after great hire in every sport. Like, I think this term gets thrown around way too much in college athletics when people are like, it's a golden era for insert team. It really is, though, for Drake. Like, I was going to Drake games with my dad.
I would say, Justin, I see what you're saying. All right. And I agree. We've got the football team is rolling, headed to a playoff, a first round playoff matchup this weekend. Basketball is in a position that it hasn't been in a long time, but this is where I caution you on that golden era thing. I mean, this team did make it to a Final Four and play against Lou Alcindor and UCLA at one point
too. Like
almost beat them.
UCLA.
Yeah. So that golden era thing, I think if you were to look at the last 40 years, if you go back to the early 80s to now, there's something different happening around the Drake athletic program that nobody could deny that. Golden era, I want you got to pump the brake. You got to pump the brake on the golden era thing, because unfortunately, it's just a long ways from what that reality was of the 60s to what college sports is today. It's just a completely different world. Is there a chance? Oh man, I almost want to say no. Like, is there a chance that Drake ever gets back to a place like that? Probably not under the current model.
Well, so my gut reaction was to say it's harder because of, the NCAA tournament. You're not getting 4. You're not even getting 2 Missouri Valley teams in.
Get one team in.
But we did see Wichita State and Loyola make the Final Four as Valley teams. So it's not hard.
It's not impossible.
It's not
impossible. It's just a much harder road to get to that point.
But yeah, definitely
Justin,
in my lifetime, this is a great moment.
When we get back for the 7:00 hour, and of course we are going to have Bruno hop on with us here. It's Thursday. It's a Thirsty Thursday, so around 7:30 or so, Bruno will hop on with us. We'll have about a half hour to get through. I got a lot of stuff that I wanted to talk to you about. We've touched on like one or two of them. But one of them is this NASCAR lawsuit that's happening. Have you at all followed the NASCAR antitrust lawsuit that's happening?
Just from you guys, because I was watching the show this week, and you brought up how Michael Jordan and NASCAR are in a lawsuit battle, and I'm like, oh, I thought the big news was they're just turning right.
The big change is coming. And in fact, I would love to take phone calls, because I know, like, Dude from Iowa and some other folks have been following this a lot closer than I have. So if you guys have things that you want to add to this conversation, we can do that in the next hour. 515. Hey, Biscuit, you don't have to be up for 2 hours. Why are you up?
Go back to sleep. Enjoy that 2 hours.
Yeah, he's got 2 hours. We got a 2 hour delay today. In fact, I even told her last night, I'm like, oh, you're going to love this. You get to sleep in tomorrow. Dad doesn't have to wake you up at 7.
Internal clock. Just used
Internal
to
clock. That's what it is. That's what. Yeah, and sorry about that. Tyler says they're scared of the phones now. I promise I've got the phone line up and running, so hopefully, fingers crossed, you guys can call in now and we can actually get you on the air. But I do want to talk to you about what's happening in this lawsuit, because, dude, some of the what's it called? Discovery. So basically what you do in a lawsuit is you have to basically turn over some evidence and say, here's things that we've discovered that are pertinent to the lawsuit. Dude, in these opening days, like Denny Hamlin took the stage on Monday and broke down in tears. Tough dude.
Oh, wow.
Got up on stage and broke down in tears. And when you hear some of the stuff that he had to say, again, it's one side of the pancake, and we're going to get both sides of this pancake over time. It does tell a pretty shocking story about the world of NASCAR that I was unaware of. So when we get back, we'll touch on some of that and some more basketball news and tons of college football news. We're racing towards the college football championship week. We're racing towards a college football playoff that'll be announced on Sunday, and big games coming up this Saturday. Bruno will join us in the 7 o'clock hour. Justin is with us here on The Rush on TheRushRadio.com.
The Rush Radio is now on the free TuneIn app, allowing you to enjoy the show on Apple products and Android Auto. Download the free TuneIn app and search The Rush Radio to take Travis and Ross wherever you go.
Your house wasn't built for bats, birds, or raccoons, but try telling them that. At Bats and Bugs Pest Solutions, we've been helping Iowans take back their homes for over 20 years. We use cost-effective, eco-friendly methods to solve wildlife and pest problems the right way. Whether it's bats in your attic, birds in the vents, raccoons in your chimney, or moles in your yard, we have long-term solutions. Call Bats and Bugs Pest Solutions today at 515-218-3400, and let's make sure your home doesn't become their home.
There's more Iowa in the Iowa Tap Room than you may realize. Housed in a building nearly as old as Iowa itself, the Iowa Tap Room greets you with a harvest of 120 Iowa craft beers on tap from all corners of the state. And the food doesn't get much more Iowa than this. The Iowa Tap Room, all Iowa beer, one amazing place.
There's always something new at Fong's Pizza and an ever-changing menu of tiki drinks. Or try our new noodle dishes alongside your favorite slice. It's all happening at the new Fong's in the East Village.
Thinking about buying a home? Get pre-approved in 30 minutes with Gary Presnell at Northwest Bank in Des Moines. Gary offers first-time home buyers programs, VA, FHA, IFA, and conventional loans. Call Gary at 515-975-6767 or find his profile at nw.bank. Member FDIC Equal Housing Lender.
You know, Brian, at Central City, we really do have the best selection around.
I know. High-quality stuff you can't find anywhere else.
Whistle Pig Plantation Rum.
Yeah, and over 150 of the best scotches on earth.
And a ton of bitters, mixers, and more.
You know what we are? High class.
Definitely high class, yeah.
Make way for the natty.
Okay, maybe medium class.
Central City Liquor is home of the 10% cash coupon.
And the Wooden Nickel program.
A fuel choice that even rivals can agree on? Now that's worth the hype. Cheaper, cleaner, and homegrown. Pump it up with Unleaded 88.
Hi, I'm John Linares with Willis Lexus, and this November, we're starting early. We are starting our December to Remember sales event today. First off, I want to highlight a special lease on 2026 NX Gas. It's $409 per month with $49.99 due at signing. Or you can take advantage of rates as low as 2.49 for 48 months or 3.49 for 60 months on IS model, all ES models, NX Gas, RX Gas, and TX Gas, and as an added bonus on 2026 RX Gas, NX, and TX Gas models. I invite you to stop in and take a new Lexus for a test drive, or visit us online at willislexus.com where you'll find some special offers.
Bad gift giving. It happens to the best of us.
Thanks, I think.
But what if I told you there's a better way? Toss the silly socks and ditch the mediocre mugs, because the Iowa Lottery's gift that keeps on winning is here to save the holidays. Give your loved ones holiday scratch tickets with the chance to win instantly or unwrap your share of $1 million. Say no, no, no to boring presents with the Iowa Lottery this holiday season. Woohoo! Enter and see rules at ialottery.com/VIP.
For the holidays, bring real taste to the table with Gold Peak Real Brewed Tea. Made with real tea leaves and real cane sugar, Gold Peak delivers a golden, brewed for taste flavor that makes every moment more meaningful. Whether you're gathering with family or friends, celebrate the moments that matter the most, because real connections deserve real refreshment. For your upcoming holiday celebrations, choose Gold Peak Tea and bring real taste to the table.
Like a rash you thought was gone. Travis and Ross aren't contagious, but they are addictive. It's the Rush Radio Show, powered by Willis Automotive.
We are powered by Willis Automotive, and if you're ready for something new, Willis Automotive has you covered with premium brands, trusted pre-owned vehicles, and service you can count on. Visit willisauto.com. Schedule your test drive. Get behind the wheel of confidence. Willis Automotive, powering the rush every single morning. There is so much more to Willis. Even as a guy that grew up here in Des Moines and very familiar with the that respected Willis brand, there's so much more to Willis than what I thought of. Because for about 20 years of my life, when I heard Willis, I just thought luxury brands. You're gonna, you know what I mean? You want a really nice car, you're gonna go to Willis. Well, they are definitely that, but like, it took me a long time to realize they have used cars, so you can get that Willis persona without having to buy a brand new car and get a Land Rover, right? They've got used cars that can get you in there, and their service department is off the charts, man. I have had so many awesome interactions with Dylan, my service rep over there. He's saved me a ton. Just wonderful people. So I'm really happy to have Willis on our team. Justin, I know you said you haven't really followed much of this NASCAR lawsuit with Michael Jordan. No. We had some people in our chat kind of bring it up and say, hey, this is a rabbit hole. You got to look into this thing. There's some conspiracy theory, fun stuff happening. And on top of that, it could have a major impact on the sport of NASCAR, which, dude, I'll be honest, even as a guy that followed NASCAR for a long time, my dad is a huge NASCAR fan. It's one of Eli's favorite things to do is go over to his grandpa's on the weekends and watch racing. I don't think I even was fully aware of some of the logistics of NASCAR, how much NASCAR is like the UFC in a way. I had never thought of NASCAR. I always kind of thought of NASCAR kind of like NFL, NBA, NHL, where you had these various organizations that teamed up to make the greater sport. And I guess I thought of it more like those professional sports that have like a commissioner, and that the owners of those teams kind of are the boss of the commissioner. Now, I knew that there was this old boys club, just like there is in NFL and MLB and NHL and all those, where if you want to be an owner, you got to buy your way in. It's a good old boys club. It's a really tight club. And if you can get your way in, then you close the door behind you as quickly as you can. You get in the room, you close the door behind you, you go, woo, good. Keep all those unwashed out there. And now I'm in here with you guys, right? And that's the way I thought NASCAR worked. I'm understanding now that NASCAR is a lot more like the UFC model. Now, in the UFC, we all recognize what's happening here because Dana White doesn't hide from it. Dana White is the show. Dana White is the owner of the UFC. Now, there's other guys that are owners, but he's the face of it. He's really the one. If you piss off Dana White, you're out of the league. Bryce Harper can say anything he wants to Rob Manfred inside the locker room of the Nationals or the Phillies locker room, and they can't say, "Hey, Bryce Harper, get out." You don't talk to the boss that way. You're gone. In the UFC, that's how that would happen. Somebody pisses off Dana White enough, he says, "Oh yeah, that's right. I'm done with these guys." In NASCAR, it's a little bit more like that, and like so. I'm seeing this one here, and I'm going to share these comments. I can't share a lot of these because I'm moving pretty quickly here. Cubs man says no one guy runs NASCAR. Well, that might not be true. There is one family that runs NASCAR, the France family. And again, this is stuff I'm reading to you from NBCsports.com now, because I want to give you some of the details that I've learned about this antitrust lawsuit. Okay, it started with Denny Hamlin, who took the stand on Monday morning to talk about his exposure in NASCAR and why they're here. Now, Denny Hamlin got into owning his own NASCAR team with Michael Jordan. Okay. This was kind of how Jordan got into it also. Hamlin's 23XI Racing, which it co-owns with Michael Jordan and Front Row Motorsports, Justin. They are claiming in a series of that NASCAR is a series of monopolistic bullies that leaves the teams no options but to comply with rules and financing that they don't agree with. Jordan watched from the gallery. Hamlin began to cry as he had to stop and compose himself when asked how he got into racing. He did disclose that his dad is dealing with some health issues right now, and that was part of why he kind of had that emotional breakdown, because his dad's not in great health, and his dad was a big part of this. This is the quote. It's asking about how he got into NASCAR. His quote was, "We got to when I was about 20, and a decision had to be made. I could keep racing or go to work at my dad's trailer business. Needed a partner, and we turned to Jordan, who had developed a friendship with them during the Basketball Hall of Fame when he owned the Charlotte Hornets, and Hamlin was a season ticket holder." So that's how their relationship started, was through the basketball world. He said, "If I can be successful with Michael Jordan as a partner, if I can't be successful with Michael Jordan as a partner, I knew this was never going to work." That references to the early days in auto racing and the sacrifices his family made to get him to where he was. He said he never would have been able to start 23XI in 2021 had he not partnered with Jordan. Because of Jordan's presence with the team, Hamlin testified that 23XI has turned a profit in all but one of its 5 seasons. Okay, so they've been in operation for 5 years. 1 year they didn't make money. The other 4, they have been profitable. But his attorney, Jeffrey Kessler, said that another former owner, Bob Jenkins, who is the owner, is the Front Row owner, they have never turned a profit since 2004. 20 years in NASCAR, they have never turned a profit, and that team won the Daytona 500 back in 2021. Kessler said a NASCAR commission study found that 75% of the teams in NASCAR lost money in 2024, and added that over a 3-year period, almost $400 million was paid to the France family. He said in 2023, a valuation by Goldman Sachs found NASCAR to be worth $5 billion. NASCAR is currently run by Jim France, the son of founder Bill France Sr. Quote, "What the evidence is going to show is Mr. France ran this for the benefit of his family at the expense of teams and the sport." At the heart of the lawsuit is NASCAR's revenue-sharing model, with 23XI and Front Row arguing that it's unfair to race teams that often operate at a loss. Hamlin testified it cost $20 million to simply bring a race car to the track over a 38-race season schedule. not including overhead expenses such as driver's salary and business operations. So in those other sports, again, in the kind of the traditional American sports model, when you buy a franchise, you buy your way into the ownership of the league. When you buy a franchise, you now are entitled to revenue sharing. You're entitled to some of the media rights. I assume that was the way it worked in NASCAR as well, but it's not. You still have to pay to get your car to the track. $20 million. The France family, who, by the way, doesn't own a team, has pocketed over $400 million in a 3-year period while the team owners are hemorrhaging money.
And this could be a dumb question.
Go ahead, fire away.
So how is that? Is it because the Francis family, they're just taking that big of a chunk from the winnings? Or
just
how
like
does it
in,
work?
again, I hate to make these comparisons of like to the UFC, but just like in the UFC, the owners get all the money. The owners have decided how much they're going to pay the participants.
Mm-hmm.
And that's it. And so again, it's not an apples to apples comparison, but it's the best one that I can come up with in my little feeble brain of how these sports models work. So the France family, like the Fertittas and Dana White, they own the brand. It would be like if Rob Manfred owned Major League Baseball.
Okay, because I think where I'm getting mentally blocked here is because I didn't go in thinking NASCAR was necessarily like the NBA or NHL. I thought it was more like golf, where you have this individual athlete with all these sponsors, and that's like how it's.
And they show up because they've somehow earned the right to be there.
Yeah, they have their NASCAR card.
Right, and you would hope, Justin, I mean, I think like in Jordan's case with Denny Hamlin, what you had there was obviously Jordan's the guy with all the money, and Jordan loves racing, and he wants to be competitive. And so imagine in your golf analogy, he is Nike, right? And he goes and he finds Tiger Woods, and he says, hey, we have a brand, we have some money, we'd like to sponsor you to have you be out there and endorsing our brand. And so that's kind of how this worked. Michael Jordan found Denny Hamlin, said, hey, you're a young up-and-coming racer. You've got the talent to be out there on the track. Let's get you out there and get you going. Okay, so that's about as close as it got to golf. Where the rub happens and where the difference falls apart is once you actually talk about what the PGA is and what NASCAR is. NASCAR is a lot closer to that UFC model. There is an owner of the NASCAR brand, and that is the France family. So in order for you to participate under their label, you got to play by their rules. Same thing with the UFC. You can be an MMA fighter. You can be an MMA fighter. You're not going to get into the UFC unless you're good enough, you got the backing, and you play by their rules. In the PGA, if you're good enough, they're going to find you. You can go in and you can play in a qualifier, and you're going to get your way. If you're good enough, you're going to find a way to get there. In NASCAR, you've got to be able to have all this other stuff. You got to have the money to buy into the system. You got to have you got to play by their rules, which is, according to Denny Hamlin and Michael Jordan, the rules are monopolistic. The rules don't allow for even winning teams to actually turn a profit. Okay, let's see. The NASCAR victory, a NASCAR victory in this lawsuit would put 23XI front row and their 6 combined cars out of the business. Their charters, now being held by NASCAR, would likely be sold. The last charter went for $45 million. And NASCAR has indicated there is interest from potential buyers, including private equity firms. A win for the teams could lead to monetary damages and the potential demolition of NASCAR as it is run today. The judge has the power to unravel a monopoly, and nothing is off the table, from ordering a sale of NASCAR to the dismantling of the charter system. So this is a huge lawsuit. If you are a NASCAR fan, this is the biggest thing happening in the sports world right now because it literally means the future of NASCAR. A judge could decide whether or not NASCAR gets to exist under its current model or not. And Michael Jordan has the money on the other side saying this thing needs to change today.
That's kind of crazy. That's wild. Because if we know one thing about Jordan, I mean, that dude's competitive. He's not going to sit there and be like, "Oh, okay.
Oh,
fine,
you're just going
I'll
to take
back
my
down."
money? Yeah, you guys are going to, even if I win, you guys are going to take all my money? Okay, cool. Because I just really want to compete. And I think that's, man, at the heart of it, Justin, there's something like that. 2311. Thank you. It's okay. Thank you, Brian. I didn't know that. It's called 2311. I was doing the XI of the Roman numerals.
Oh, gotcha.
So it's 2311. It's a weird one, Justin. Like this is a weird one to watch because Michael Jordan shows up with all this money. He's super competitive. They win. He doesn't get any money back from it. He's had 1 year where he didn't make money. The other 4, they said that they did, but that's all based on, they claim that's all based on Jordan's brand.
Which would make sense.
So this is, some people turned me on to this a couple of days ago. Thank you so much for turning my head towards this because this was happening in the background. I wasn't paying attention to this at all. Didn't realize the ramifications this could have.
So you brought up before we went into this of like there could be conspiracy theories. I know you're a big guy into conspiracy theories. With you digging around in this story, have you found anything yet that you're like, oh?
Well, I think the conspiracy theory there, Justin, is just how much does the France family truly manipulate this thing? Now, again, with that discovery that I was talking about earlier, there have been text messages that have been found that are alarming. Where it is a good old boy system, man. The guys that are in charge and the guys that have the control of this thing, like with most things, dude, they want to squeeze that power. They want to squeeze that control and get as much money out of it as possible. It's shocking to me, and maybe it is. Maybe this is the Michael Jordan aspect of this. It's shocking to me that with what I've learned, that none of this stuff has come out before. That no other team in the past has said, dude, we're getting screwed. This is a monopoly, and these guys are taking all of the money and leaving us out here. I do think that there's a part of it, Justin, that is guys want to race. Guys are willing to pay money. This is a passion. This is not a lot of, I mean, we all know that there's money in NASCAR, and we all think, man, if you can be Jimmy Johnson or Dale Earnhardt or Jeff Gordon, you're going to have a damn nice living. You're going to make a hell of a good living being a NASCAR driver. And I think that's what we see. I do think there's an aspect of this of people wondering if the Frances are manipulating that passion. If they know that they can continue to kind of squeeze, they've got the brand.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want to race in NASCAR? Play by our rules.
Because I thought that too when you're talking about the story at the start of like, okay, if one family has owned this entire time, why hasn't it been brought up before? But don't you think a part of it is if some random name of some sponsor brought this up, we go, oh, this is happening in NASCAR anyways. But Michael Jordan brings it up, and then everybody's like, I'll listen. Like for me, if Michael Jordan wasn't a part of the story, I wouldn't be as interested in it. And now that he's in it, now everybody's paying attention. Now you're able to shine the light because not only does he have the name recognition to battle against this Francis family, but he also has the money.
It's a great point, Justin. He's got the clout.
Yeah.
If Denny Hamlin had done this on his own, we would have thought of this as sour grapes.
Yeah.
If a driver had come out and if Tony Stewart, who owned his own, if Tony Stewart would have been the one that said,
because he also has that.
He's got that attitude,
yep,
and that reputation. If Tony Stewart had been the one that forced this issue, we would all, I think, the immediate reaction would be like, Tony Stewart trying to create waves where he shouldn't be creating waves.
Yep.
You're a millionaire. You just want to make more money. When the truth is, it's the France family. The truth is, it's the France family who's taking all the stuff and hiding it. And somebody put in the chat there, and I think I did read this in one of them. Part of this thing with the discovery has been that the France family people didn't know that this is where all the money was going, that the finances had never been disclosed. It's not a publicly traded company, so there never needed to be any sort of airing of those finances. And I think that's a part of what has pissed off Jordan so much, is that as they got into the discovery part of this and some of this stuff started to come out, that's when Jordan was like, oh, shoot, we really got a bigger problem here than we even envisioned. So I don't know. This thing is just going on. Again, I read several paragraphs from the article there on NBCSports.com. You can find all sorts of great reporting that's happening with this, what Michael Jordan's impact has been on the trial, just being in the courtroom alone, what that's done for people. This is something I don't even know what to expect on this, Justin. This could be a mountain out of a molehill where NASCAR ends up winning this thing and nothing ever changes, and we all look back on it and go, oh yeah, Jordan was just being greedy. The other side of the coin is that we have to watch a dismantling of NASCAR. And by the way, that will only create a vacuum. Like it's not like the corruption will go away or the monopolization will go away. Somebody else will step into that role as commissioner of NASCAR. Because I don't know how you take this existing system that is rolling along at, what they say, $400 million or billions of dollars a year is the value. $5 billion, I think, is what that thing said. I don't know how you take a $5 billion entity and say, all right, now we have a restructuring from the top down. Now, the guy that's been in charge of it, whose family started it, they go away, and then who steps into that role? Somebody.
Jordan.
And then they I mean, probably what it is, if just guessing on what we've been talking about, if you're going to make it look like those other professional models, then you're going to have some sort of NASCAR commissioner. Mm-hmm. That commissioner is going to have to respond and answer to the team owners in a way that, like the MLB or NHL or NBA does. How much do they have to pay the France family to turn over everything and walk away? It's been an educational experience to follow this trial, because I just didn't know. I had no idea that NASCAR looked as much like that UFC model as it does. I didn't know that the Frances had this iron fist of control over NASCAR the way they do.
So we're hearing one side of it. When do we hear the France
Let me
family,
see if I can find, because there was something here at the end. Hamlin resumed testimony on Tuesday morning, so I don't know about if he was still going yesterday or what the plan is today. It says France, Kennedy, and other top executives had to leave the courtroom after opening arguments because they are potential witnesses.
Oh.
So, might get one of the Frances on stage, might get some other folks. So it'll be interesting to watch. I mean, again, for all the things that are happening this weekend in the sports world with the college football playoff, amazing basketball games. Iowa State's going to be playing #1 Purdue. We got Iowa and Iowa State. We're a week away from that. That'll be a week from tonight. There's a lot happening, but for race fans, this is one to really keep an eye on. So you'll be with me here this next week. We'll make sure that we talk about this from time to time. Bruno is waiting in the wings, baby. It is a thirsty Thursday. When we get back, we'll jump on with our buddy Bruno here to wrap up a fun Thursday morning. Thanks for being along with us here on The Rush on TheRushRadio.com.
For the holidays, bring real taste to the table with Gold Peak Real Brewed Tea. Made with real tea leaves and real cane sugar, Gold Peak delivers a golden, brewed for taste flavor that makes every moment more meaningful. Whether you're gathering with family or friends, celebrate the moments that matter the most, because real connections deserve real refreshment. For your upcoming holiday celebrations, choose Gold Peak Tea and bring real taste to the table.
Your house wasn't built for bats, birds, or raccoons, but try telling them that. At Bats and Bugs Pest Solutions, we've been helping Iowans take back their homes for over 20 years. We use cost-effective, eco-friendly methods to solve wildlife and pest problems the right way. Whether it's bats in your attic, birds in the vent, raccoons in your chimney, or moles in your yard, we have long-term solutions. Call Bats and Bugs Pest Solutions today at 515-218-3400, and let's make sure your home doesn't become their home.
November's here, and that means Thanksgiving's right around the corner. And here at Willis, we're thankful for you, our guests, for entrusting us with your vehicle and service needs. With holiday season comes travel, and all those extra miles can cause wear and tear on your car. Save that for your pants after all that turkey. While we can't fix your slacks, we sure can make sure your car's in tip-top shape. So come on down to Willis for 10% off an oil change. Give us a call or schedule online at willisvolvocars.com.
A fuel choice that even rivals can agree on? Now that's worth the hype. Pump it up with unleaded 88.
Hey, it's Noel from Fiscus Jewelers. This holiday season, give the gift of sparkle that lasts a lifetime. From our latest designs to timeless favorites, there's something for everyone on your list. Already have a Fiscus diamond? Bring it in and trade up with our 100% trade up program. It's the perfect way to shine a little brighter this year. And if you're dreaming up something custom, get your design started by December 1st for Christmas delivery. Let's make this season magical together. Fiscus Jewelers, your jeweler for life.
The largest selection of German beer in the world? You'll find it at the Hessen House. From Doppelbocks to Oktoberfest to Hefeweizens and Dunkels, there's no passport needed for the deliciously different beer and food at the Hessen House. So grab your friends and make it a fun night out. The Hessen House, 4th and Court, Des Moines.
You know, Brian, at Central City, we really do have the best selection around.
I know, high quality stuff you can't find anywhere else.
Whistle Pig Plantation Rum.
Yeah, and over 150 of the best scotches on earth.
And a ton of bitters, mixers, and more.
You know what we are? High class.
Definitely high class, yeah.
Make way for the natty.
Okay, maybe medium class.
Central City Liquor is home of the 10% cash coupon.
And the Wooden Nickel program.
Bad gift giving. It happens to the best of us.
Thanks, I think.
But what if I told you there's a better way? Toss the silly socks and ditch the mediocre mugs, because the Iowa Lottery's gift that keeps on winning is here to save the holidays. Give your loved ones holiday scratch tickets with a chance to win instantly or unwrap your share of $1 million. Say no, no, no to boring presents with the Iowa Lottery this holiday season. Woohoo! Enter and see rules at ialottery.com/VIP.
It's November and I know what I'm thankful for. A running car for all my travel ahead. To keep your car on the road, bring it in to Willis Nissan for brakes, tires, oil changes, the main courses, and the sides. Schedule your appointment online today at willisnissan.com and we'll see you on the service drive.
Back like a rash you thought was gone. Travis and Ross aren't contagious, but they are addictive. It's the Rush Radio Show, powered by Willis Automotive.
Remember, pest control isn't seasonal. When the temperatures drop, spiders, cluster flies, and mice head inside looking for warmth. Remind you to protect your home all winter long with Bats and Bugs Pest Solutions. They're trusted, local, family-owned and operated, and your local experts. And if you tell them that you're a Rush listener, you'll get 10% off any pest or wildlife service. A great way to save before those pests start to settle in. Call Bats and Bugs Pest Solutions today. Protect your home, save some money, and keep those critters where they belong. That, of course, is outside. It is a Thirsty Thursday, so we welcome to the stage Bruno!
What's up? Good live read.
Thanks, man. Thanks. I'm trying. I'm really trying.
Ross bright up when you said that. I think you just made Ross's day.
Little compliments go a long way with me. They really do.
Doesn't
They
take much.
lift me up. That doesn't take much. But
Okay,
it takes
here's
just
something
enough.
here's something that might make your day. Today at lunchtime, for the first folks that get in the door at the Empire, you will receive a free Beer Rock sandwich and energy infusion drink. First 100 people, which means that is we call it the Empire. You may know it as the Runza. The fresh baked meat,
it's
cheese,
so good. Dude, it's way better than
cabbage and
Runza.
onions inside.
I know
it's
that
so good.
it's kind of have that, but it
Well,
Runza
we
to
have-
me, when I've had
we
those
have
in
that
Nebraska,
secret
they feel like they feel like fast food thing. And that Beer Rock I had down at the Empire did not. It tasted like it was like the difference between having a real homemade chicken pot pie and one that came out of the microwave.
And I'm not sure. I'm not sure how Runza does it, but I'm pretty sure they don't have people in the kitchen making them individually.
Yeah,
I
that's what
bet you they
you
get
can
them
taste
pre-made in a factory somewhere. So
yeah,
and they are as bigger than any hamburger you'd ever get. So I mean, if you're eating a hamburger, it has that feel of I'm eating something pretty amazing. So come on down for lunch today. I know it's cold, but those will warm you right up. We just installed a new heater. We got to pay for it at the Empire. Come on down, and it's a great place to hang out. I love that place. It needs is a bunch of people to go and visit, so that it feels like it's been lived in. Right now, it's kind of like a show home, right? It's a little bit. Yeah. It's a little new, but they're always new. And then we start adding in the things that make it special. So, come on down. And if that doesn't work for you, on the 11th, next Thursday, we're doing a free sausage and egg and cheese breakfast sandwich and a coffee for the first 100 people starting at 7 a.m.
So for
we have
lunch
breakfast,
today,
lunch,
what time are you saying the free 100 people are going to get Beer Rocks at what time?
11:30 a.m.
Okay. And an energy drink.
Yes. We make energy, these infused energy drinks are quite popular right now. We make our own. We have several different ones available. Like I say, we are a coffee shop, and if you go to any coffee shop these days, they have coffee for you and me, Russ, and then for the kids like Justin, we got the sugar energy drinks.
Yeah, so I'm glad you brought that, because man, when you say the energy drink, it's just not my speed. But I've never been. Man, I know so many people that drink that stuff religiously. I shouldn't talk shit. I'm a pot of coffee into my morning already.
I've been talking. He's drinking my coffee right now. I talked to some of the beer or some of the people, not beer, the people that deliver the energy drinks to these shops, and there's some places that are getting like 100 cases a week.
Jesus,
they're just rolling through it, and that I'm like I don't know. I prefer coffee, but that's like beer. I like IPAs. I like lagers. Other people like stouts. I'm not a big fan of the sours, especially the new sours. I like the old ones, but the traditional ones, but not so much.
Like the kettle sours. You don't like the what's
I don't like the
changed?
ones that
What do you mean?
Basically, they make lemonade, something kind of sour. They don't make. So in the past, like, if you ferment something, it makes like pickles, right? You don't just, I know that you can make quick pickles. I don't know what that means, but I know you can make them quick. But the real traditional way is it just has to take a little bit, and the acid has to build. And that's how they used to make sour beers. Now they make them quick. They just add stuff that makes it sour right out of the gate. Which is fine, and then they add sugar on top to balance out the sour, and it's sweet and tart, and people love it, and that's great, and we'll sell it to you. It's just not my favorite. I like the old kind, like Cantillon, that's made like almost like champagne, and it takes years for it to be able to be ready to drink.
For someone like you, can you taste that difference? Like the quicker
100%.
ones now,
That's
it just comes off
yeah.
more like artificial. Is that the better way
It's
to
not
put
artificial. It's just totally different beverage. It's like saying, it's like the difference between Diet Coke and Mountain Dew. I mean, it's just
Oh wow.
it's entirely a different beverage, even though it's the same kind of beverage. So
Because for me, I'm so inexperienced. I'll be like this, and I'll be like, "Yep, it was sour. It was a sour." I can point that out, but I wouldn't be able to taste the difference. I don't think.
I want to, somebody that could taste the difference. Have you guys heard this story? The story of somebody broke into. It's interesting, and down in mostly in the South, I've noticed. You ever driven like in Florida or I don't know, Virginia? They'll have an ABC store, and it almost looks like it's a children's daycare kind of look to it. It says ABC, and but ABC is alcohol beverage control, and that's where you get your liquor at. A lot of these, I'm not just saying the South. I've just noticed it in the South where they have the ABC stores. Well, there was somebody who wasn't a customer, and when they got in through the ceiling and took the camera out, so there's no footage. But they got in there and they just went to town, and they drank and they were found passed out in the toilet. They were in the restroom. So that happened over this past weekend, and was found drunk on the bathroom floor. Wondered what the heck. There's busted bottles, everything. The intoxicated suspect was a raccoon. The raccoon was passed out. The raccoon was passed out in the restroom.
Are you sure this wasn't AI getting you? It wasn't one
no,
of those
the officer.
weird AI
No,
videos?
the officer that transported the trash panda, likely still too inebriated to plot an escape to a shelter to sober up before questioning. They say there's no video footage, because they were officially naming him Rocky. Came through the ceiling and took out the camera with him. They say
this is incredible.
They said whether the bandit will strike again is one of ABC's biggest nights of the year, New Year's Eve. They're not sure. Maybe he'll make his way back in, but the raccoon is like splayed out, all limbs out, and the face down, right between the trash can and the toilet, completely out. Not didn't even move when they walked in the room.
I got two things. I think one, ABC has to change their logo to a raccoon now. Like that's just a given, right? Like they have the mask. Like
it's perfect. Too perfect.
Two, can you imagine the story Rocky has for his buddies when he gets re-released into the wild? He's like, guys, New
You
Year's
ain't even
Eve,
gonna believe this
follow
story.
me.
You want to believe it? I got to. These places look like daycares. No, not sure if he owes any damages or facing any drunken public or breaking and entering charges. It's unclear at this point, so we'll see.
Dude, raccoons are shifty, smart little boogers, man. Have
my next door neighbor.
Have you guys seen the viral clip of the cop that pulls the lady over? And she has a pet raccoon in the front of her car, and the pet raccoon starts to hit the meth pipe.
Yeah, she's like, I don't know where he got that. Yeah, remember I talked.
The cop looks in and he's like, the raccoon's holding your meth pipe, and literally the raccoon is like holding it to his mouth.
Yeah, she's like that's she did the pothead's defense. It's not mine. I brought that up on the. I'll leave it. That was one. My next door neighbor. There was this huge like 40-pound raccoon. I know that's probably exaggerated, but probably not. Just kind of fat, sitting on the fence. And he's like, hey, get out of here. And he said it just slow turned at him and looked at him like, what the F do you want? It's the same neighbor who they somehow, this is when I found out that animal control isn't really a thing anymore. You don't just call up the city and say, take care of my problem.
Yeah.
You got to talk to the bats
and bugs. Yeah, got to call Corey.
But it went through, he heard some stuff up in his attic, and he went up there, and there was raccoons up there, and like, what the heck? How'd they get in there? Well, they had clawed through shingles and the sheeting and got into and they're like, they had to like get a cage, and they had to have somebody special come in.
Yeah.
Just through the roof. I'm like, man, that is I don't know what I would do. I'd freak out. I have bats, I can deal with. I've gotten bats out of my house before. Before I knew that it wasn't really a thing you should do. Tennis rackets were always handy for that, but
call Corey.
You're not supposed to do. You're just
a much safer legal way to do it.
Well, that's not actually legal to harm a bat. So
yeah, right.
FYI,
they're an endangered species. Did you know that, Justin?
No, I didn't.
I don't even know if they're. I just know that they are very much a big part of our ecosystem. We don't have them. We've got a lot more mosquitoes, a lot more bugs, a lot more everything in our world. So
we had
bats. I've learned a lot from my relationship with Corey. I've learned a lot about the bats situation. I didn't know that bats hibernated until just recently when he told us.
I learned that from you in your little live read the other day, because I think Trav was like, Ross, you know who's hibernating right now? And you're like, bears and bats. And I was like, wait, bats are like bears?
But they can still move around. So like they don't quite just like fall asleep and stay asleep.
Way down.
They just slow way down, but they'll still be in your walls and in, like Bruno was talking about, they get into your attic. So you'll hear them. It'll maybe sound like a mouse, be like,
that's crazy.
Well, yeah, it starts to scratch when you're like a house starts. I've never lived in a house. I think this is the newest house I've ever lived in is 1910. And they get into the small spaces, and then you don't know it, because they go in there and hibernate for the winter. But then when it starts warming up, you get that warm day, gets up to the 50s. You start hearing it sounds like mice in your walls. It's and then you got to come out and you got to do. They have a one way thing they put on the holes they find, and it can go.
Corey
out,
has an exit. It's like an exit only type of thing that once
light that flashes for them,
it just says exit here, and then on the other post he puts a do not enter sign, and they know not to come back in.
It said sonar. It's a beeping thing.
Is that what it is? I didn't know. I know he does put up seriously like a one-way door in wherever they got in, and that once they leave, then they can't get back in. But you can't harm them.
You ever have these conversations with your dad, and you're like, that he just doesn't know what he's saying, and then you're like so pissed off when you realize, oh my God, he's right. I don't know. It's not that big a deal, but you were talking about Jordan, who is the richest retired athlete in the world, 3.5 billion, they say. Do you know who the richest retired NFL player is?
The richest retired NFL player.
I'm going to go Tom Brady. He's retired. He's famous.
That's a good one. He's got a lot of money. Probably got some money from that divorce settlement from that rich wife of his, too.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Is it Brady?
Not even close. Roger Staubach is worth $600 million.
What did Roger Staubach buy? Intel stock?
He owns so much stuff, apparently. He founded the Staubach Company, a real estate firm, after his playing career, making him the wealthiest. So he just bought a bunch of buildings and property.
Is there like a list? Like, is there?
It's sort of. Well, this is I'm going to just say it's at the top, but it's AI. But I know that I looked it up, and it is. But you know who even more crazy? You know who number 2 is? Another quarterback.
I never would have guessed Roger Staubach would have been like the 153rd name I came up with.
Well, this would be your 50 or 510th. Fran Tarkenton.
These guys must have just been really smart, because Fran Tarkenton would not have made a lot of money. I mean, not life-changing money in his career.
He translated his competitive drive into a successful business ventures in technology and financial services. Yeah, you're right too. They didn't make any money to invest. So
Fran Tarkenton's thing was he bought a financial advisor. He's became a financial advisor essentially.
No,
Roger Staubach became a real estate mogul.
Yeah, and ventures in technology and financial services. I don't know exactly what that exactly means, but you go in the list as that. Tom Brady is equal with Fran Tarkenton. I'm sure someday will surpass, but
yeah.
But it's wild. It's like my dad said that. I'm like, that's not even close to true. That there's no way. For all the things we just said, and it is.
I would have thought, honestly, that like a quarterback today is going to make as much money in a year as Roger Staubach did in his career. Way more than Roger Staubach or Fran Tarkenton made in their career. So good on those guys, man. That's really that's crazy.
You know, there's another thing that you didn't think could be possible. We've made a green bean casserole pizza at Fong's.
That sounds like something Ross would
listen,
buy.
I love the green bean casserole at the High Life and El Bait Shop. I love it. It is like Ken Payne and I made a specific trip down just for lunch, just for green bean casserole last week when it got launched, or a couple weeks ago.
It's just
So
like
what
having
the green.
I was there. I've witnessed it.
You witnessed it. Yeah, got to see it in all its glory. Yeah.
And guess what I left with when I left?
Green bean casserole.
To go green bean casserole.
Damn right.
But this is
green
a
bean
cheesy
casserole
blend
pizza?
of cheesy blend of mushroom sauce, fresh mushrooms, green beans, mozzarella cheese, diced bacon bits. After it's all cooked to perfection, we top it with French fried onions and drizzle with real maple syrup. So the maple syrup's a twist.
Oh, I like what that did to my brain.
If that's not your style, this is maybe even more my style. The Slay All Day pizza at Truman's is a marinara Graziano's, Hormel pecan wood bacon, roasted peppers, smoked mozzarella, ricotta, parmesan, Italian seasoning, basil, spinach, and hot honey drizzle.
That now you're speaking my language.
Yeah, the green bean
Graziano, and I was like, sold.
Dude, the green bean casserole pizza is one that it's kind of almost like the crab rangoon pizza. It takes your brain a beat to go, would I like that?
I had the Thanksgiving pizza and it was amazing.
Dude,
mashed
everything
potatoes
they
and
do.
stuffing and it was so I was blown away. We also have a truffle shuffle. Fans of the Goonies, we have the truffle shuffle.
Justin, does truffle shuffle mean anything to you?
Yeah, Goonies.
Okay, all right. I just want to make sure.
Or marinated
Young
chicken
Josh
or juicy
Brolin.
fillet. You can get it either chicken or beef. So we've got the marinated chicken or juicy fillet tender tips, Hormel pecan bacon again, caramelized onions, smoky mozzarella, ricotta, parmesan, Italian seasoning, basil, spinach, drizzle of black truffle oil. So, and
What's
here,
a
Ross,
truffle?
truffle is a like a mushroom-ish thing that they find buried in the ground. They usually use pigs in France. Sometimes
they like have dogs that sniff out the truffles, right? It's pigs.
They're a
in
very
France?
distinct flavor. There's a lot of places that have truffle fries that do the oil. I know that I was just at the Exile event. I don't know if you've ever gone, but it's really fun. They're Christmas explosion.
I was telling Justin about these earlier. Now,
they
bro,
have,
do you have any places that are doing that Christmas pop-up thing? Isn't Hessen House?
Hessen House is doing, that was one I was getting to, is the Hessen House is doing the Krampus-ish Christmas. I went there the other day to talk to Josh, who runs the place, and I'm like, what the hell? Like, that place is insane. It rivals what RJ's doing at Exile. RJ has so many things. He has a lot of those big characters and different stuff, but the place looks amazing. We have things. We have cocktails. Santa's Secret Sauce. I don't know about that one, but Krampus Jingle Juice again. Resting Grinch Face, Naughty Toddy, Very Bad Mule, and Blueberry Angel.
Resting Grinch Face is a good one.
That's there's some creative.
We have a big pile of tremendous Christmas dip, which is everyone's favorite holiday treat. Little Debbie Christmas tree cakes, vanilla snack cakes, whipped topping, rich cream cheese, sprinkles, and hint of holiday magic served with cookies for dipping. So it's kind of a dessert appetizer, if you will. But the place is really done up, and it looks great. And I know I'm talking about food, but here's the deal. What is it? It's the first Thursday of the month. We just had the newsletter drop, so I've got this in my inbox.
Okay.
Here's one for you guys, especially going to the Drake games. The hot beef burger. Exactly like it sounds. It is it's a Texas toast with a big fat burger, mashed potatoes, big thing of gravy with fries on the side. if that doesn't get you going, I don't know what will.
That doesn't
That
warm
looks
me
amazing.
up.
That's exactly the perfect thing for today. And of course, we have all the cocktails and different things you can have at all of our places. Yeah, really cool. And the other thing you should be doing, if you can, or if you wish, is to get some gift cards for everyone. You buy some, you get
That's
some.
a great Christmas gift, man. I've joked a lot the last couple days about how I'm a horrible gift giver. The best gifts I give are gift cards because it gives people a night out. It's a cool thing to do.
I used to go to so what we do is we offer a $50 gift card. You get $10, so you either get $60 to give, or you get 10 for yourself, 50 for somebody else. You get 100, you get 20 back. You got to go to each individual place for those gift cards, but all our places are offering that deal right now. Our Happy Holiday gift card special. I used to do that at Friedrich's, so they give you buy some, you get some, and I would calculate how much I would spend in a year for coffee there. And I would just load up the card with like hundreds of dollars, but then I would get this like 25% off the top. So I get the instant discount, and that's what this is. It's really the way to go. So yeah, lots of opportunities.
I'm going to see you today. We're having lunch today.
Oh,
Yeah,
I didn't know
sounds
if
good.
you accepted the invitation.
Not you, Justin. Not you, Justin. No, not you. No. That felt
Yeah,
like
that's kind of
Kingpin.
rude.
Hi.
That's
Hi,
like
not
Kingpin.
you.
Yeah. Not you.
Hi. I saw a guy pull off that line one time. That move. It was so beautiful. It was the most amazing thing I ever saw. It was rude. It was rude. Yeah, I pulled up to a stoplight, and my buddy Scott Casper, these two ladies were walking towards us in downtown Des Moines, and he goes, "That is a beautiful dress." And one of the ladies goes, "Thank you." And Scott said, "Oh, I wasn't talking to you." And the light went green, and we drove away. I was like, "Oh, that was amazing."
Oh my
that was the
God.
coolest. That was the best timing thing ever. It was so cool. Bruno, thanks so much, buddy.
Oh, you bet.
go ahead.
Hey, one thing at the Empire, I just saw this. We have an Andy's mint latte with Andy's candies.
The chocolate mints.
Yeah, in your breakfast, topped on your breakfast latte. So a mint coffee latte and a cranberry crush energy infusion. I'm telling you, the Empire is a secret that shouldn't be a secret. Everyone should be going there. I talked to the coach, 20-year coach, Steve Lowe of the Des Moines Roosevelt High School girls bowling coach.
I didn't even know
Empire's his
girls
favorite
bowling
place
had been
to
a
go.
thing for 20 years in the state.
My daughters have lettered. Highest GPA of any winter athletes 2 years running. Anyway, he pulled me aside and said, "Hey, I just want to let you know I love that place. I go there once a week, twice a week when I can. The Empire is really cool. It's a fun place to hang out." So,
Well, thanks for being with us here on a Thursday morning, buddy. Justin, thank you so much. We'll talk to you
Absolutely.
tomorrow morning, okay?
see you.
Thanks,
Buzzers.
everybody, for listening, for joining in on the chat, and we will chat with you tomorrow morning at 6 a.m. right here on therushradio.com.
I'm loving these wooden nickels, Brian.
Yeah, I suppose everyone is catching on.
Just spend $20 to get a wooden nickel.
It's 25.
Collect 10 and add up the savings on your next purchase.
Some of these are worth $5. That could be huge.
I know, right? That's why you have to spend $20.
It's 25.
Collect 10. It's like money back to you.
Spend 20, you get another wooden nickel.
It's 25.
Collect 10 and add up the savings. It's huge.
Central City Liquor is home of the 10% cash coupon.
And the wooden nickel program.
It's huge.
Bad gift giving. It happens to the best of us.
Thanks, I think.
But what if I told you there's a better way? Toss the silly socks and ditch the mediocre mugs, because the Iowa Lottery's gift that keeps on winning is here to save the holidays. Give your loved ones holiday scratch tickets with the chance to win instantly or unwrap your share of $1 million. Say no, no, no to boring presents with the Iowa Lottery this holiday season.
Woohoo!
Enter and see rules at ialottery.com/VIP.
Thankful? More like tankful of gas in your new Nissan SUV. This November, we're giving thanks for you. At Willis Nissan, we're celebrating 0% financing and special model year closeout savings on our most popular Nissans. If you've been getting hungry for a new Pathfinder or Murano, there's never been a better time to scoop one onto your plate. So sit around our table or visit us online at willisnissan.com.
Get ready, Des Moines. College basketball is heating up at Casey Center. On December 20th, the Iowa Hawkeyes take on the Bucknell Bison in a non-conference showdown you won't want to miss. Presented by Casey's. Feel the action. Hear the roar. Be there as the new-look Hawkeyes bring the intensity to the capital city. Tickets are going fast. Grab yours now at HighBTix.com and be part of the excitement on December 20th. Iowa versus Bucknell, presented by Casey's. December 20th, only at Casey Center. Be there. 'Tis the season to share great taste. Grab a refreshing Coca-Cola and make every moment a celebration. Locally made, nationally loved, Coca-Cola is the real deal when it comes to holiday cheer. Whether you're kicking back after the game or hosting the crew, nothing hits like that crisp, fizzy taste. Make this season yours. Grab an ice-cold Coca-Cola today.
Missing a quality home-cooked meal? You know, the kind Mom used to make? Lucky for you, we found her recipe book. Welcome to the High Life. Welcome to the Champagne of Bars.
Every business has priorities, and Priority One Heating and Cooling is no different. As a service provider, we prioritize quality air conditioners and furnaces that will keep your home at your comfort level year-round. As a small business, we prioritize doing things the right way and treating people fairly. As a truly local business, we prioritize our community. As a veteran-owned business, we prioritize duty and commitment. For big business service with local value, trust your home to the place where you are always Priority One.
Back to the rush. Strong opinions, weak filters, and just enough sense to stay on the air. It's the Rush Radio Show, powered by Willis Automotive.